Welcome to Choti Si Duniya. Hello everyone today. We've got another amazing story for you and I can't wait to share with you. So, let's dive right in and see what adventure awaits. In the heart of the ancient Evernight forest, where the towering trees seemed to scratch at the very fabric of the night sky, a deep and forgotten magic slept. Beneath their sprawling, shadowed canopy, where strange and wondrous creatures roamed freely. Whispers of an old enchantment drifted upon the cool night wind. The forest itself was a living, breathing entity, and it was holding its breath in anticipation of the rarest of all its wonders, the blooming of the moonflower. This was no ordinary blossom. It was a flower of pure legend, one that revealed its beauty only under the light of a full moon, an event that occurred just once every 100 years. Its petals, crafted from what looked like liquid starlight, shone with a soft, silvery luminescence. Ancient tales passed down through generations held that any soul fortunate enough to touch it would be granted the ability to hear the celestial symphony, the very voices of the stars themselves. Mira, a young girl whose heart was a vessel of unquenchable curiosity and a bravery that would rival the most seasoned of knights, had been raised on these stories. Her grandmother, with eyes that held the wisdom of ages, would speak of the moonflower in hushed, reverent tones. On the eve of the centennial bloom, a firm resolve settled within Mira. She would not just hear about the legend, she would witness it. Packing a small, well-worn satchel with the simple necessities of an adventurer, a loaf of fresh bread, a skin of cool water, and a leather-bound journal to record her discoveries, she stepped toward the forest's edge. As she crossed the invisible threshold from the familiar world into the realm of Evernight, a palpable shiver traced a path down her spine. The very air was thick and heavy, humming with a potent, untamed magic, and the shadows around her seemed to writhe and dance as if they possessed a life of their own. She had taken only a few tentative steps into the gloom when a tiny, brilliant glow flickered to life beside her foot. It was a firefly, yet it was unlike any she had ever laid eyes on before. Its delicate wings did not just glow with a simple yellow light. They shimmered with the iridescent hues of sapphire and deep emerald, casting a magical aura on the forest floor. "I am Nim," the creature spoke, its voice a cascade of tinkling bells that seemed to harmonize with the forest's silence. "I will be your guide on this path, but you must be wary. There are dark forces that also covet the moonflower's power." With Nim as her beacon, Myra ventured deeper into the treacherous woods. The path was a deceptive illusion, twisting and turning, often leading to sudden, heart-stopping drops or dead ends. Strange, gnarled vines, like the skeletal fingers of the forest itself, seemed to reach out from the darkness, attempting to snag her ankles and trip her. Yet, Mira pressed onward, her faith placed entirely in Nim's steady, luminous guidance. Before long, their journey brought them before a grand, imposing owl perched silently upon the branch of a silver-barked tree. His feathers were the color of twilight, and his eyes, two large amber orbs, held a deep, solemn wisdom. The shadow vines are awakening. The owl, whose name was Orin, hooted in a voice that was both grave and resonant. These malevolent plants feed upon the fear and doubt that fester in the hearts of travelers. Only a person who is truly pure of heart can hope to reach the moonflower and call forth its dormant magic. As they traveled further into the forest's heart, the truth of Orin's warning became terrifyingly clear. The shadow vines slithered and crept along the ground, their inky tendrils whispering insidious lies that echoed Mira's deepest insecurities. "You are too small for this journey," they hissed. "You are far too weak. You will never find what you seek." For a fleeting moment, Mira's courage wavered, the cold tendrils of fear coiling around her heart. But then, she recalled the words her grandmother had so often spoken. Courage is not the absence of fear, but the unwavering will to move forward in spite of it. Gathering her resolve, she whispered back to the encroaching vines, her voice a quiet but firm defiance. "I am not afraid." And with that, she pressed on. After what felt like an eternity of navigating the darkened, labyrinthine forest, they finally broke through the oppressive canopy and arrived at a hidden, secluded clearing. There, bathed in the ethereal, silvery glow of the full moon, stood the moon. Its petals were in the slow, graceful process of unfurling, each movement releasing a wave of radiant light that illuminated the entire grove with a celestial brilliance. Mira approached the flower, her heart pounding in her chest, a mixture of awe and reverence washing over her. With a trembling hand, she reached out and gently touched one of its luminous petals. Instantly, the universe seemed to burst into song. A chorus of voices, ancient and powerful, echoed within her mind. They were the stars, singing their celestial stories. They spoke of distant, swirling galaxies, of long-lost heroes whose deeds were written in constellations, and of the timeless, fundamental magic that had meticulously shaped the cosmos. As the cosmic symphony filled her senses, the moonflower's light surged outward in a brilliant, cleansing wave. The sinister shadow vines, unable to withstand such purity, shriveled into dust and vanished without a trace, leaving the forest peaceful, serene, and whole once more. Myra returned home, with the ever-faithful Nim hovering like a tiny jeweled star beside her, her own heart now alight with a profound and lasting wonder. She had learned a fundamental truth that night. The world was indeed full of magic, hidden not in grand spells or ancient artifacts, but in the simple, powerful acts of courage, kindness, and the unyielding willingness to explore the great unknown. And from that day forward, whenever she gazed up at the vast star-dusted night sky, she could hear the faint, beautiful whispers of the stars, a constant, gentle reminder that adventure and magical ways awaited those who dared to follow the compass of their hearts. Liked the story? Then like, share and subscribe to Choti Si Duniya.